from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. How is everyone today? Today's a podcast. I can just ramble on and ramble on. I don't have to worry about intros and outros because they tell me it's not worth doing anymore and all this, that, and other. And I just kind of do my thing. That's what I love about podcasting. Not everybody likes them, but I kind of like them because if you're driving down the road or you're sitting in the house and you want to listen to some guy rant and rave and talk about things, wow, this is the channel to do it. Now, today, it's all positive. I always try to be positive. Sometimes the negative just gets involved in it because negative sometimes is reality. It's not something that you want to hear, but sometimes something that you need to hear, you have to hear, right? Because you know how life is and what happens. So today I want to talk about living in the Philippines and farming. How hard is it? It's about, I would say, probably about 85 degrees. We have a new phenomenon coming here, and I guess it's all over the world. I guess we're going to be further away from the sun this year. I did not know that. I never even knew that it did that. I did not know. I thought the earth went round and round and never went further away from the sun, so it's going to be just a little bit colder than what it normally is here in the Philippines all over the world. So and I noticed the temperature has changed considerably here. It's hot outside, but it's not as hot as it normally is. In January and December, we always get rain. There is a little temperature change normally, but today it's like, I don't know, it's got a little cold. Cold at night when sun goes down, it's cold, where before the humidity would stick around. So I don't know. So what is the average income for the farmer these days? And only research I could find out is from 2018 and 2019. And I think a lot of it stopped because of the COVID. But if you're a family farming in the Philippines, they make about $75,000. 75,000 peso a year, which is about $1,500. And that's what an average farmer makes, about $1,500 a year. So not even 10,000 peso a month, because there's come in spurts. So for an example, the crop comes in, like we have our family members has crop that came in, and they'll have corn or whatever, and they'll get $300, $400, but won't have nothing else for another month, 2 months, or 3 months, and that can make it tough. My wife just told me to move my phone because it is bothering her. She's doing her makeup. She's going to town. So average income about $75,000, $1,500 a year on the average, and it depends also what kind of crops you're doing. If you're doing there's one crop that's really unique and it does really well here in the Philippines. It is durian. If you want to make a little money on the side and have a crop that does very well, have a crop of durian. It is a fruit on a tree. It smells like dirty feet. I can't eat it. Ruth loves it. Ruth loves that, or loves it too. Ruth said she had to force herself to get to eat it, but I can't eat it. Listen, if it don't smell good, it ain't gonna taste good for me. I don't care. If I'm cooking a steak, it smells good to me, it's going to be good. If I'm gonna eat durian, it better smell good. Income of the farmers is generally lower than occupations in the Philippines. It's due to the part of the farming is labor intensive, and many farmers have small plots of land that they can only do. And the type of farming can also affect the farmer's income. For example, farmers that grow crops such as vegetables, fruit, and flowers may have higher incomes. Flower market is the most lucrative market, but it's highly volatile too. As you know, you can have many flowers, and it's depending how they're growing, they can go bad really fast. So farmers can also have, depending on the location in the Philippines, for example, farmers that's in urban areas have higher incomes due to higher demand for their products, while farmers living in rural areas have less income due to the demand of their products. The Philippine government has programs in place to help the farmers and help increase their incomes, and it can actually give them products and or credit, technical assistance, even infrastructure such as irrigation systems and things like that. They also help them have sometimes they'll give away free plants and things like that and help them along. So if you want to grow coffee bean, they'll furnish plants. I think there's a limit on how much they furnish, but they actually furnish quite a bit. because a lot of programs like at the universities, they'll actually grow that, or they actually have programs where they actually have it, that where it can benefit a farmer. Corn is another important staple crop in the Philippines, and it's grown both wet and dry. Now, corn is something you'll see on the side of the mountain. You'll see a lot of that where caribou's on the side of the mountain. I don't know how those things don't fall off those mountains, and they're doing corn and things like that. Sometimes sugarcane, you won't see as much sugarcane on the side of the mountains, but you will see a lot of corn and things like that. So coconut is another major commodity here in the Philippines, and the country is one of the world's largest producers of coconut. Coconut trees are grown throughout the Philippines, and especially in coastal areas. Corn itself is really a high income product. You can do so much with coconut. Coconut has the hulls themselves. You can actually what they call take those hulls and you use it in firewood. They make dishes out of them, and of course the coconut itself is really good also. Sugarcane is grown in the Philippines, and for the production of sugar and other products such as ethanol. And the producing areas of Visayas and Mindanao, Mindanao itself they have sugarcane fields all over. I mean, it's literally everywhere. And it gets to the point to where no matter where you go, you're going to find a sugarcane producing area. And there's a lot of, what can I say, Dixie Crystals, places like that has places of sugar that you can actually process the sugar. And these guys, depending on the loads, they go in, they weigh it, depending on the content of the sugar. That's how they get paid. If the content of low sugar, they make less money. So if they have a good year of crop, and it depends what's grown on that land, how much is grown on that land, and what they're changing during the year. If you go sugarcane 5 years in a row, the 5th year is not going to be so good because you're taking all the nutrients out of the soil. A lot of times, some farmers leave it vacant, but they can't do it because they need the money. So they'll put corn in, or they'll put something else in, let the field rest and relax, and then they'll fertilize it and put sugarcane in it. But getting rid of sugarcane it's a grass, so getting rid of sugarcane is kind of a hard battle. You have to really take a look at that. Sugarcane is really a highly profitable product also. And of course fruit. There's all kinds of fruit grown here. Bananas, pineapple, mangoes, papaya, rambutan. There's a list so many. It's the world's largest producer of mangoes, Philippines is. And the fruit is high demand domestically and internationally. So it produces more mango here than anywhere else in the world. I thought it was highly in bananas, but it's not. I guess other countries like Brazil is on the list. Hawaii is on the list of growing beautiful bananas. The durian I was talking about earlier, is a tropical fruit, native Southeast Asia, including the Philippines. It's known for flavor and strong smell. It's often considered a delicacy. Rambutan is another tropical fruit. It's Philippines, other parts of Southeast Asia, is known for its high red exterior and sweety, juicy flesh. I like rambutan. It's really good. Lanzunis is basically grapes inside of a outer hull, about like a lemon or lime or something like that. Lanzunis are really, really good things to eat. It's native to the Philippines and other parts of Southeast Asia. And it's juicy flesh and has great properties good for. And I think I don't remember, somebody was telling me they do something with the skins. Is it great for mosquitoes? Yeah. Who said you can actually dry those and burn them, right, for mosquitoes? So there's so many great things that here in the Philippines, if you and they're really good about medicinal things here. For an example, you have, say, your back's hurting you or your stomach's hurting you or something. They have a lot of natural remedies. One lady, and I tell you what, I've done some research on this. They had this turmeric juice. It's had turmeric, and it's a tea. And I said, this thing ain't anything. Well, later on, I researched about turmeric. Turmeric is one of the best spices you can eat. It actually cures, stops the cancer cells from growing. Turmeric. It stops cancer. But it has a horrible taste to it. That goes in your dishes that you like. That, what is it called?
Curry.
Curry. Yeah, curry. And curry. They do a lot of curry dishes here too. So lanzunis are good. Rambutan durian. There's so many more. Uh, but I know that the durian itself is really a good, profitable business to have. Corn, rice. The rice fields are saturated with rice. Many rice farmers out. Rice now is mainly transported in from other companies like Thailand and Vietnam. There's more rice being sent in now than there ever has been because their farmers aren't getting any kind of help as far as aid from what they're saying that they used to get. They used to get a lot of free things that could help them along, especially with rice. As you know, the rain comes all the time here. They just throw a little fertilizer on the ground with corn and it basically grows. But rice, I understand, is a little bit different. It has water and it has things, but there's a certain way that it grows and a little bit more treatment and care to that. And it goes through 2 or 3 steps. Where corn, you get the field ready and plant it, and then it goes to crop. You may have to treat for weeds and things and or bugs, but rice, I understand, is a little bit more, so much more of a hassle. But I want to talk about those today. I mean, this Philippines is a great country. It has a lot of great things that can bring you along and have a lot of healthy foods and things like that. Ruth made me some, what's that tea called?
Mulberry.
Mulberry leaves. Everybody has a mulberry tree in their yard. Clean the leaves, of course. Boil the mulberry leaves and take the leaves out and drink the juice. There's so many benefits. Check online the benefits of mulberry leaves. So I have a taste of leaves in my mouth. No, I'm kidding. But it does. It's not. It's a little bitter, but I'm drinking it. She said to drink it, so I drink it. I do what my wife says when she's here, and when she leaves, I do what I say. She's the boss in the house when she's here. When she leaves, I'm the boss in this house, and I tell her that all the time. So, this short video, I was going to talk about another 25 minutes, and I figured I'd be longer on this one. But I went through this video really fast. 12 minutes. I do longer videos than that on Mother. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this today. And Philippines, we will see you guys next time on Tom and Ruth Podcast. And God bless everybody, and thank you so much.
So nice.